I didn't have an internship in college, and I definitely did not have the highest GPA. But what did I have? I had advice like, I like to think outside the box, or I love challenges. What? Personally, I don't even know what a box has anything to do with how I think. Luckily, I had a really good teacher called the Oracle.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
And this advice from the Oracle is key into what I will be sharing today. I didn't know this at the time, but there are a few things I did that helped me get the job. It seems so obvious, but I'm so shocked at how many people don't do all of these things. They might do a few, but not all of them. You want to create a solid resume that's going to show the recruiter that you're the one. Make sure you prepare for the interview and be extremely comfortable talking about your experiences and accomplishments. A friend of mine was recently interviewing for a consulting position, and he asked me, dude, how should I prepare for the interview? I was like, just print out your resume and have it in front of you and make sure you're able to talk through every point on it. And this was all he needed to hear, and he got the job. But there are a few things you don't want to do, and I personally made this mistake when I was in college. First semester of my senior year in college, I went to several second and third rounds of interviews. I did all the right things. I prepared for the interview and I tried so hard to impress them during the interview, but they all rejected me. I felt really down and insecure. I mean, I had just spent the last 4 years working so hard at my degree, as well as working part-time throughout college to pay for my education as well as my other expenses. But here I was, without a job. In the second semester of my senior year, my professor gave me this advice. He said, interviewing is a lot like dating people. You talk to a lot of people until you find the right match. I pondered over this idea and I thought about how I could change for the next one. So for the next interview, I definitely prepared and researched the company, but when I went into the interview, I went calm. I didn't try so hard. I just went in thinking like, hey, you know what? If it's gonna work out, if it's meant to work out, it'll work out. And I just talked to them as if we were just two regular people trying to get to know each other. And for all 3 interviews I had with that company that day, I had the same mindset. After the interview, I got a job offer from IBM. And the next thing I did right was bringing in my experiences from my previous part-time jobs. When I turned 18, I got a job at a hardware store in the garden section. And little did I know, watering plants wasn't the only part of the job. We were out there in the summer heat loading bricks and rocks, and in the winter time we were loading Christmas trees on people's trucks. But that wasn't the only thing I had to do. From time to time, different customers would come in with dimensions of a patio they were trying to build or a fence they were trying to put up. So I got to use my brains and actually help them figure out the materials they needed. So for the fence, I would help them figure out the perimeter or a surface area for a patio. All the fun basic geometry we had to do in high school. So I got to apply these skills. And ultimately what I was doing was helping the customers solve their problems using the skill set that I had. Later down the line, I left that job to work at Circuit City, rest in peace. And once I had a customer come in to buy a computer, and she told me on a scale of 1 to 10, her technical skills are -2. And I told that story to my interviewer at IBM, and it made him laugh. But in case it's not clear, the point isn't to make your interviewer laugh. He had asked me a question on how I engage with people with different technical backgrounds, because it's a really important part of the job that I got. Know thyself. So it's really important that you pull your previous experiences, your personal life or work experiences, and be able to relate it to the job you are applying for. Unless you stocked shelves in the retail store, then just kidding. Even if you stocked shelves for a living, you can still say on your resume, employed product placement techniques to ensure customers' product accessibility, which resulted in increased company revenue. Give the recruiters what they want to hear, my friend. The number one thing I did right was I built mobile apps and websites. Before the world of iPhones and Android devices, we had Windows Mobile. Even though at the time there were no mobile development classes offered at my college, I took this project on myself to build an app for my phone for myself. All I did was I built a tip calculator. And you know, the best part about that was I actually had to go to restaurants, eat there, so I could test out my app by giving people tips. Another thing I did was I built websites for my community organization as well as my student organization. By showing how I actually knew how to code and had passion for making things, not only did I look like a more capable employee, but I was also able to talk through the whole software development lifecycle. By doing all these things, I learned how to plan, how to gather requirements, how to design the website, as well as actually develop it, and then publish it, make it go live. And this is the key, because that's the only way you're going to get real experience. You're not going to get it by just reading books or articles. You actually have to go out there and do it, make it. And that is what the employers want to see. The biggest thing I recommend you start now is start a portfolio. This is something our art buddies in the creative space have been doing for a very long time. They have a portfolio of all the artwork that they've built. Same thing with the graphic design people. They have a portfolio, a website where they can showcase their work. And we need to start doing the same thing in our career. And I'll give you some examples on how you can do this. Pick something you care about and ask yourself, what problem can it solve in your life? If you're into sports and data analytics, consider making a dashboard. If you like coding or want to learn how to code, think about a problem in your community or in your personal life that you can make an app for. Whatever skills you want to learn, it will be so much easier and way more fun if you have a stake in it. But what if you don't have any coding or data skills? No worries. Figure out what job you're aiming for and then think about all the skills you need. And from those skills, is there anything that you can learn and write a blog about? Document your journey along the way, and then add these links to your portfolio and LinkedIn. A friend of mine wrote a few blogs on Medium while he was doing his data science bootcamp. Two of my personal goals were to get better at public speaking and increase my personal brand. And that is why I started this YouTube channel. And I have learned a lot through this journey. As you're doing all these things, have a place to tell people about it. You have unique perspectives and a unique story. So share your story on some of these platforms. Oh good, you're still here. Okay, I'm gonna give you some bonus tips then. The first one is you wanna go to all the career fairs you can go to. Career fairs are an excellent place to get some experience talking to people like employers and recruiters. By going to all the different career fairs, I was able to get an understanding of what the recruiters were looking for and how I could tweak my resume. The next thing you want to do is go to all the different information sessions that different companies have. At these information sessions, different companies come and talk about their companies and what they're looking for, what they're hiring, their different cultures, as well as how their company is set up, the different structures. So this is a really good way of getting an idea what the different companies are out there and what they're looking for. But once you do go to the info sessions, make sure you go and talk to the people who are there giving a presentation and listen to them, listen to what they're saying, build a relationship with them. This way, when you see them next time at a career fair or at any other event, you'll be able to impress them a lot by knowing a lot about their company already and just remembering what they mentioned last time. Another bonus tip for you is try to do mock interviews. From these mock interviews, you'll get a really good idea of what the process is going to be like, as well as where your weaknesses are. Whether it's technical interviews or behavioral interviews, you'll get an idea of your interviewing skills and how you can improve on them. Go to all the different networking sessions you can go to. This is a really good way of building genuine relationships and networks within the industry. And the last bonus tip is to make sure you try and get a job or an internship in the field you're applying for. And that's something I was not able to do, but I talked to my friend in this video and we'll walk you all through it on how to do it and how to create those opportunities. So make sure you check out that next. Why am I still in the box? If you got value out of this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and watch this video next, and hey, keep on being awesome.